I don't want to go on a rant here. What the hell does rant mean?
Hello, all, and welcome to episode 15. We're doing this on a Wednesday night. So Dynamite is on. I put on closed captions. Some idiots in the ring right now.
Oh, God, it's CM Punk, isn't it?
Yeah, not really interested in anything he has to say. So not really going to miss much tonight recording because I don't really pay attention when I'm watching Dynamite anyway. Honestly, I don't even pay attention when I'm watching anything anymore. TikTok has ruined my life. I sit in bed and I have the attention span of TikTok, basically. I have to scroll through shit. I can't watch anything anymore. It's pathetic.
Yeah, I'm beyond obsessed with TikTok. I literally will lay there in bed at night for like an hour and a half just scrolling TikTok. And then when I wake up in the morning, like an hour and a half just laying in bed.
I didn't even watch NXT. Like I had NXT on. I was glancing at it, but I was mostly sitting in bed watching TikTok. So I don't have the attention span to sit and watch fucking stuff for hours. It's
NXT
pathetic.
was actually good though.
I mean, I was watching it, but I wasn't like focused in on. Like I have no interest in focusing on it.
It was watching you, is what you're saying.
No, because I wasn't asleep. No, you have to be asleep for it to watch it. What is he? He's got like a box. Is that like a shoe box? I don't know. We're not talking about this.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Hopefully it's fucking who's somebody in AEW that really sucks. Maybe it's Goldust's severed head. Wouldn't mind that. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, I don't think you have many options there, Dustin. So probably shut up.
Even Impact would be like, we're kind of full right now.
We're going a little bit younger. I don't think we need a washed up 50-something-year-old. He's got to be over 50, right?
I think he's 52. How is he only 52 and he was wrestling like in the late 80s? Like that's insane to me.
Yeah. Something about his rematch. I forgot. I don't know.
Oh, he gets to pick the date, the place, the time, and the rules for the match for whatever reason.
Interesting. So
when he chooses a regular one-on-one match, I'm probably going to kill somebody.
So it's going to be interesting. I would have MJF win again. It would be so stupid. You have MJF win the first time, which he technically beat him twice by cheating, but he won the match, and then you just have Punk go over in the next match. That's dumb. But this is not going to be a wrestling episode. So why don't you give us our unusual death follow-up? And I preemptively texted you to give us the goddamn cliff notes because this is probably going to be a long one.
It was the dumb jackass William Huskisson who fell under a train and died in 1830. It was like a new train, whatever. So basically, this douche nozzle, he had undergone surgery a few weeks prior to this for kidney inflammation. And the royal doctor was like, hey, dude, you should rest. Don't travel. Fucking stay in bed. He's like, nah, doctor. I'm good.
Was he like
he ignored the advice.
Who was he again? Was he like a politician? Was he like somebody
he was
like big, or was it just a random rich asshole?
He was a British member of parliament.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah.
So Parliament. He felt that the opening of this railway, Liverpool and Manchester Railway, was too important for him to miss. So
I can see it.
He rode down a line in a special train constructed for the Duke of Wellington, and it was the only train on this track. The other side of the tracks had 7 trains in a procession on the north track.
Pretty sure that's a movie with Rob Van Dam, The Other Side of the Tracks, but go on. Never saw it, but I'm pretty sure it's an RVD movie. I'll look it up while you're talking.
You mean Jean-Claude Van Damme?
No, I'm pretty sure Rob Van Dam is in The Other Side of the something like that. I'll look it up.
That's insane. So the train stopped at a railway station near the midpoint of the line because they needed to get fuel. They were told, stay in your fucking train cars while this happened. And of course, people didn't listen. They all get out, including douche nozzle Huskinson. He wanted to repair his relationship with the Duke of Wellington because a dumb fuck probably did something to piss him off and they ruined their relationship. So at this time, as he's outside the train, a train was approaching on the other line. Someone basically said, hey, jackasses, there's a train coming, get the fuck out of the way. Other people who'd gotten off the train all climbed back into their seats or stepped over the line on the other side of the tracks. A third option was also available. They could have just stood with their back to the stopped train cars since there was a 4-foot fucking gap between the rail lines. So more than enough space for a train to go by fine.
So what does this idiot do?
However, what unfolded was a calamitous series of events. The Husk, I'm going to refer to him as the Husk now. He was known to be clumsy. Go figure.
Wow, yeah.
He had endured a long list of problems from his regular trips and falls. He twice broke his arm and he never fully recovered the use of it. Now remember, he also had surgery a few fucking weeks before this and was told, stay at home, you jackass. So when the Husk realized, oh shit, there's a train coming, he panicked. He tried twice to cross the rail line like the other people did, but he changed his mind both times because he's a moron.
You gotta commit. You have to. I'm in the same way. It's like, should I merge in now? And then I wait to see, and then I lose. You gotta go. You gotta commit. You gotta do it.
So he's like, I'm going to do it. No, I'm not. I'm going to do it. No, I'm not. So then he returned to the Duke's carriage. He panicked again that the gap between the two trains wasn't going to be big enough, which remember, it's 4 feet fucking wide. So he's like, oh, it's not going to be big enough to support me. I'm not going to be okay. So he tried to climb his chubby ass into the Duke's carriage. The carriage door wasn't fully latched, so it swung open, leaving Moron of the Year dangling directly in the path of the oncoming train. The train hit the door, threw him onto the tracks, and horrifically mangled his leg. A tourniquet was applied, but it was not deemed possible to do a field amputation, so they made him as comfortable as possible, and then he died a few hours later.
Moron.
I'm pretty sure the Darwin Awards were probably made for this idiot. Charles Darwin was 21 when this happened, so I feel like this had to have been an inspiration for him. Because this is
the Darwin Awards just like how dumb people are? Because I know there's an award for like people who die like when their own inventions kill them.
The Darwin Awards are for the dumbest of the dumbs.
I think they're doing a dog collar match, by the way. And CM Punk, I don't know if you saw it. He pulled out a picture of like a legit picture of him when he was super young meeting MJF. So MJF met him at a meet and greet. I'm assuming that's MJF had that picture.
What a tool.
I doubt Punk had like pictures of his own meet and greets, but like a dog collar match, really? I'm not interested in seeing those two do that. I'd rather see a guy get run over by a train. But do you want to hear about RVD's movie? It's called Wrong Side of Town.
The wrong
only reason I know about this is I'm pretty sure my dad almost insured this movie. In order to save his kidnapped daughter, an ex-Marine is forced to take on a gang of killers when an accident leaves the brother of a malicious criminal dead. Starring RVD and all. Yeah, this is the same movie my dad was talking about. Batista is in it.
Was this before Batista actually became a legitimate decent actor?
No, this is like 2000. Oh, before he became an actor. Yeah, this was 2010. 3.9 on IMDb. Yikes.
Wait, out of 100 or out of 10?
3.9 out of 10.
Well, that's actually higher than I probably would have thought.
Alex said they mentioned Cody. But we're not watching Dynamite. It's on mute. So we don't have to listen to the fucking, the JR fucking Tony and goddamn, what's his face? Excalibur, honestly, I don't even mind Excalibur. I think he's fine. It's the other two who are fucking stupid.
Yeah, JR needs to just fucking retire.
I guess this is just gonna be like little tidbits of AEW thrown in throughout things that are happening. So now
apologies in advance.
Yeah, this is the tangents. We're gonna try to keep this under an hour and a half.
So yeah, that was the Husk and his stupid death that he deserved.
The Husk. I don't even remember his William
Huskisson.
You think they called him the Husk? Did they have
they should
in the 1800s?
I think from now on, whenever I give you the unusual death follow-up, I'm trying to come up with a new nickname for the person that died.
The Husk.
I thought it was a good one.
So do you have a story about the movies apparently that I don't know about?
It's basically a story of my dumbass. So we went to the movies, Kate and I, a couple weeks ago. We saw Spider-Man, good movie. There was only 5 people in the theater. My preferred method of watching movies, nobody else.
Because that movie's super old. Isn't it been out for like 2 months already?
It's been out for 2 months. It's like the perfect thing for me to do. I'll go to every movie 2 months after it's out and nobody's going to be there. I love it.
Hopefully 2 weeks from now, Jackass is still out. I'll go see it next week.
Well, I'm sure it will be.
Next Thursday.
Well, first of all, at the movie theater we go to, it's Regal Cinemas. They apparently, like a year and a half ago, got rid of their deal with Coca-Cola, and now they're Pepsi exclusive.
Oh, lucky bastard.
So the people that are working there on their uniforms, they just have covered up like with tape where it says Coca-Cola. You think they would have gotten
for new uniforms?
Like, what the hell?
That's hilarious.
But when we were leaving, I was using my phone, wasn't really paying attention, as you know, I'm oblivious to things. You know, like the metal handrails that they have.
Yeah.
I literally walked dick first into one, full like walking, wasn't slowing down, just boom. I actually we had to leave. I was like, we have to leave. I was gonna get my haircut after. I was like, we have to go. I'm gonna throw up.
You guys were gonna go together to get your haircut?
Well, she was gonna walk around the mall and I was
How
gonna go get my
cute.
haircut. I was literally in tears because I full force right on my nuts into a
You-
metal
But
handrail.
there's nothing down there, so I don't know why you were in pain.
I broke the nub.
You but there's no balls down there, so it's like you just be like, oh nope, fine. You could be like that guy in the Go Big show. Did you see those the previews for that one where he would just get absolutely obliterated in the balls and like there was just no pain?
I wish that happened. I wish
No,
I felt.
did you
no
see
pain.
that though? Because that was the real thing on the Go Big show.
I think they didn't show up in one of the commercials.
Yeah, like the guy was just getting obliterated in the nutsack, and it was like there was no reaction at all. I don't know how.
Aren't there those like, I forget what country it is, but the people that they're like holding up like 75 pounds on their wang or something.
I wish I could hold up 7.5 ounces on my wang.
BME
I wish I could find my penis. How much would you pay me if I could find it?
$5.
Come on, find your penis $1. Unbelievable. Set you up with a softball. You swung and missed in slow pitch softball. Pathetic. I'm ending the podcast now. 15 minutes.
I did that
severely
on purpose.
pissed me off. No, you didn't.
No, I 100%. I texted you about find your penis for $1 a couple days ago.
You're the same kind of guy who didn't notice the Dexter poster until I mentioned it. So you're kind of oblivious. I could see how it would just go in one ear, out the other, and then you'd realize it and try to save face. By the way, if everyone's watching, he's got his little bobblehead in the back corner. Bobby said it was a 6.5 face scan out of 10. We like
I
to
feel
critique face scans from like Ringside Collectibles and their wrestlers. Like sometimes you'll get a good figure where it's like really lifelike, and then you'll see one where it's like looks like a child did it. They're very.
It got the dumb thumbs up that I do. So I mean,
I feel like
the face
6.5 for something like that is pretty good. It's pretty good. So do you want to talk about the Super Bowl first, or do you want to hear my hockey story?
I'd love to hear about your hockey story.
All right, so I like all the stuff I try to talk about on here. I like try to rehearse it, and then it never comes out the way I fucking want it to. But I work for like a family-run company, and the store I work at is their corporate offices. So there's like people that work in the store, and then downstairs I'm in the basement, and then right above that it's like customer service, and then like the accounting people. So the whole corporate office works there, and then the grandfather and the grandmother started it. Their two sons inherited it. They worked their asses off. They did it. And now one of the brothers' sons, they're co-CEOs. And the whole family, they all work there. The two older dads still work on the sales floor. It's pretty awesome. And they're like 80.
What are they, like 100? I was gonna say they're 100?
They're in their 80s, and they're out there on the sales floor every day. They're all here. There's no like employee parking lot where they get preferential treatment. Everyone just first come, first serve. It's like really chill family-run company.
Please tell me that the two the older gentlemen that are working there, they're at least getting a paycheck, right? Like they're not doing it for free.
I would assume so. I mean, I don't know, but I would think so.
You can check in with Debbie in accounting to make sure they're getting paid.
Do you imagine that the newest guy who works in shipping? Hey, are the two the old CEOs, the brothers, are they making money, or are they just doing this for fun? I mean, I honestly, it's a good question. I doubt they would just come in for shits and giggles, but I mean, they own. I know they're not the CEOs, but they're in the family business, so they own a bunch of stores. It's not just the one. We just happen to be like store number one. So I'm in the basement doing this shit, and one of the co-CEOs, I don't think I've met him, so he comes down. So I'm doing my shit. I'm like, oh fuck, okay, great, CEO, whatever. So I'm scanning stuff, and there's an error on the screen. He's like, hey, you got an error. So I'm like, great, now this guy thinks I'm a fucking moron. Awesome. So I fix it. Oh, Melissa Joan Hart's at AEW. Interesting. So I have the devil's tattoo on my arm, obviously.
Oh,
and
she's
like,
still hot. Hi, Clarissa.
I swear to God that at least like 7 or 8 people have noticed this tattoo since I've been here. And I think 7 years at our age, like nobody noticed. So they're always talking about hockey. So they're
paying attention to the new guy. That's just tells me it really is like family owned. They care.
Yeah,
they're trying to get to know you, and
they know my name. I'm like, really? Holy shit. So we're talking about hockey. So he's telling me this story. So his uncle, one of the brothers, is an Islanders fan right now, but they used to be Rangers fans in the 70s. But you remember that Times Square documentary about the murderer?
Yeah.
And how like Times Square was like not a good place to be.
It was the
like,
cesspool
like,
of hookers.
If you talk to people today, like, I don't know, like my niece is 15, who like you go, oh, let's go to the city. That'll be fun. Like they have no idea that New York in the 70s and the 80s was like fucking disaster. You'd never go there. So they were like, we would go to MSG, but MSG was not a nice place to be. So I'm like, MSG is pretty close to Times Square, right? I've gone to Times Square and walked. So that area was not good. So they migrated towards the Islanders, like right before they won their 4 cups in a row. So they had like a skybox for the Islanders, and they got
Good
to watch
timing.
the run. And so he was telling me that like Mike Bossy from the Islanders would like call his uncle and stuff. So they like knew all the players and stuff, and they would get skybox tickets. And like this guy played hockey, not like professionally, but on the side. Like he said, he still played up until a couple of years ago. So he was talking about how like they would get into the games, and somebody he knew, I forget who he said, but he's like, yeah, so I know this guy. It might have been a family member or not. He's like, he knew Lou Lamoriello, and he became friends with all the players. So like he knew Brodeur, so they had tickets for us. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. So he's like, yeah, well, this is like 2003-ish. We came upon the year that was 2003. He's like, my son's never been to a game, so they offered me tickets. It's like, I guess, I mean, we're not Devils fans, but sure, we'll go. His son's first 2 games, game 1 and game 7 of the 2003 Stanley Cup Finals. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Your first game is a Stanley Cup Finals game. His second game, game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals, where the Devils won. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, how do you know Lou Lamoriello? I forget exactly who he said, but they know people. Do you imagine texting with fucking like Mike Bossy from the Islanders back in the day, or like being friends with Brodeur and knowing all the players? And then there's
Please
another
tell
guy,
me-
one of the salesmen who did suits for Steve Cangelosi for years, who's the Devils play-by-play announcer.
Wow. So please tell me that the guy's son who went to his first 2 hockey games of those, he's a Devils fan now. Please tell me.
I don't
Like,
think they're because he said self-admittedly that he's a fair weather hockey fan. Like he loves playoff hockey, but he doesn't really pay attention throughout the whole year. But
that's
watch
still
playoff
respectable
hockey.
though.
But like his first, like my first game was, I want to say 2002 maybe, and it was a Devils Rangers regular season game, and they tied at MSG. We sat behind the net. Like my dad had, for his company at the time, we'd get free tickets. So I saw the Knicks play the Timberwolves, like 10 rows behind the basket, because I loved Garnett. And I saw the Knicks play the Wizards with MJ, same spot. And then we got Devils Rangers tickets, and they tied. Those were my like first games. And this kid's going to the fucking Stanley Cup Finals.
That's
the best
amazing.
game I've been to was game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals. I've never been to a Stanley Cup Finals game. And I probably never will.
The first hockey game I went to
was that stupid fucking Nikolai Zherdev. I
It
think
was
that was the
the-
guy, or I forget what his name was. I don't think it was Zherdev. Who the fuck was it?
the
The guy
15
between the
round
legs.
shootout.
Yeah, with the between
Yep.
the legs. You'd have to find out who did that now, because that's gonna piss me off. It's not Zherdev. I don't remember. It was some guy who's like not a goal scorer even remotely, and like he pulled
What's
up.
his name? Wasn't it like Malik?
Yes, Marek
Malik
Malik,
Miller?
that fucking guy.
Or Mac Malik? I couldn't think of his name.
Marek
Merrick Malik.
Malik.
Yeah.
That fucking guy.
So 17 years ago, I went to my first ever hockey game.
For what reason? Did somebody have tickets?
Yeah, one of my friends had tickets. I was like, hey, you want to go to hockey? I'm like, sure. I've never been.
It's fun. To me, it's still the most fun live. Like football, I'd rather watch at home. Baseball, it's too fucking hot. Basketball, it's okay. I'm just not that into basketball. Hockey's just so much fucking fun in person.
Why did they change the shootout rules?
To what?
Can a shootout go 15 rounds though?
Yeah, as long as it goes until you win.
Oh, it just never happens to go that long, mostly because the Devils suck.
Well, because I don't think it goes anywhere near that, because eventually somebody's gonna fucking score. I think that's probably the longest one. I mean, I guess theoretically you could just keep going until you loop all the way back to the first guy who shot.
I mean, because I've only been to a couple hockey games. Obviously, I'm a fair weather hocky fan.
Yeah, but you've
I
watched
just
them.
assumed that the shootout rules changed because I've never heard of a shootout going that long.
No, I think
since
we
then.
just that would be stupid. I like the Olympic rules where it's like you have to go 3 people and then you can start recycling the same people. Like TJ Oshie in the Olympics that one year, I think he had like 7 or 8 shootout goals. It was the USA against Russia. Russia in might have been 2010. It was 2010 or the one after that. I think it was 2010 where they like Kovalchuk would just go like every 2 or 3 times. TJ Oshie literally just went every time after the initial. I kind of like that because then you get the best shooters out there, and you're not having
Yeah.
like your fucking defenseman like Marek Malik out there with fucking doing that shit. Yeah, so the CEO fucking is pretty cool. Like you're just walking around, and you see the CEO. Like I know you're in corporate, so you've probably met the CEO of Macy's or whoever that is. But like when I was at Crate and Barrel, I met the CEO once, and 7 years at RH, I met the CEO never. Maybe his like right hand man once or twice. Like they were never around, but like I work in the same building as the entire family.
That's cool because like with me, I've met the CEO, I've met the president, like I've met them.
Yeah, are they like personable or are they like?
No, they're fake.
Yeah, so like these guys, they're just
Very
like older
like
guys.
they kind of play it off like they're very personal, but you can tell that it's fake, and they have like handlers with them, like they're
God.
too important.
Yeah, like I got the speech from one of the CEO's dads where he's like he wrote a book and stuff, and he like signed his book for me and was explaining the company and stuff. And I was like, I'm sitting here with the former CEO of the company, the guy who like basically built it. It's like this is pretty cool. And there's no like preference. They're like, don't call me Mr. This, just call me by my first name. And I'm like, oh, that's awkward, but yeah, sure, that's fine.
I still would call them Mister though.
I know.
Like,
that's like I just try to not say anything. I just go, hey, you, because there's like I don't know exactly. It's probably close to 80 to 100 people. So I'm like, I don't know if I've met you yet. And then we just started to take our masks off. So I'm like having to go through the directory before and like, I think that's the top of your face, but I can't remember if I met you. So I'm just like, hey, you, hey, partner. Yeah, I see you. Good to see you again.
Please tell me you actually say, hey, partner.
No, I don't say anything like that. Hopefully, like there's two people I work with downstairs. I showed you the picture of the desk I work at. There's like a crazy lady, but she's like crazy in a good way. She's one of those people who like will narrate her life. She'll like talk. She'll be opening boxes. She'll be like, "Oh, they fucking didn't give me any paperwork. God damn it!" And like I know she's not talking to me, but every time I hear her talk, I'm like, "Should I say something? Like, should I respond? Like, I don't know. I don't want to just sit here and
acknowledge."
And then the other girl who does shipping, and I'm always hoping that they'll say the person's name. They'll be like, "Hey, Deborah," and I'll be like, "Oh, it's fucking Deborah." Okay, I got it. And then because like when they introduce me to people, they're like, "Hi, this is Chris." I'm like, "Nice to meet you," and they instantly forget what the fucking guy's name is. And I'm like, "God damn it, I can't remember." And I try to like associate. There was a Carmela who works there, so I was like, "Oh, all right, I'll remember your name because I can associate that with fucking Carmela." Like I'll remember.
Please tell me there's somebody else named Corey and they're dating.
I don't think there's a Corey. No, there's no Corey.
There are a Topanga.
There are other Matts. Like I couldn't even get Matt L as my email address. I'm Matt Lowe, L-O. I hate that. I was like, I sound Asian. I'm Matt Lowe.
Usually, like when that happens, they would give you like your first name dot your middle initial dot your last name kind of thing.
Because they do emails first name and then
first letter of last name.
Yeah, which I prefer. Like my old email was M Lorenzo. I prefer that, but whatever, that's fine. And we did Super Bowl squares, and you knew about my numbers. Didn't even come close. Not even remotely close. The lady, the crazy lady across from me, she won the final score. And they also do the thing where if you're touching a box that won, you get $50.
Oh, really?
So she won a box, and then one of her other boxes was touching a box. So she ended up with like $450. I didn't even come remotely close. Like
that's a really, really good segue into the Super Bowl.
And I'd never played Super Bowl square, so I didn't really understand it. There's no skill whatsoever. It's all
luck.
Yeah. And I didn't realize that they do numbers for each quarter. I thought it was just one set of numbers. So you'd get stuck with like a 9 and a 2. You'd like don't even watch or pay attention.
It at least gives you more chances, but you just got stuck with every shitty number.
I got the word like the final I could have hit, but like the rest of it was like there's no chance it's gonna be 8-0 in the first quarter. Like just no chance. So it was like fucking not even worth it. And then the Super Bowl bets we can get into. Oh my God, you take over.
So I will say,
let me pull up my FanDuel.
Last week on the pod when we talked about who we thought we were going to win, you said 31-21 Rams. I said 21-17 Rams. I was close.
It seems like
final score was 23-20.
If it's a close game, it'll be low scoring. If it's a blowout, it'll be higher scoring. Like you're not going to see like a 21-0 blowout or something like that. You see 48 to like 16 or whatever.
So now, as you're pulling that stuff up on FanDuel, what did you think of the game?
Fucking FanDuel. It was probably the worst game that they've had in the last few weeks, but it was still really good. I was still really entertained by it. Fucking every time I log out,
there was
you have
definitely
to punch in a code.
Some high points, some low points, some questionable things. Like just Somebody needs to tell me why, what's his name? Samaji Perine. Why is he getting a handoff in the most crucial spot of the game? Why?
You have to remind me.
It was 3rd and 1 on the last drive of the game, and they handed the ball off to Perine, and he got stuffed by Aaron Donald.
Were they trying to like misdirect? Did he line up offsides on that 4th down, or was that an earlier play that they're saying was on 4th down? Because I seen a picture of him lining up offsides, and then I saw somebody comment saying that was actually earlier in the game.
I thought it was earlier in the game, but I've seen it floating around on the internet that it happened on that last play, but I'm not sure.
And
but
I just people who say that it's rigged are just like, just no, right? They make bad calls, they make shitty calls. And
the
it's
freaking touchdown that T. Higgins scored was a blatant face mask that it should have been offensive pass interference.
I'd say that the first pass interference call, I don't know if it was pass interference or holding, before Eli Apple.
It was defensive
questionable, but he was grabbing him and he twisted him. So I think that's why they called it. And then Eli Apple was blatant.
It was one of those ticky-tack calls that they hadn't called all game, but they called it at the most crucial time. But I still don't understand. On 3rd and 1, you're handing the ball off to fucking Samaji Perine. Fuck out of here.
Keep saying that guy's name.
Samaji Perine. So now I want to know what pissed you off more.
I'm honestly not even that angry, which is weird. Like it was just so ridiculous that on the last play of the game for the Rams, I lost a bet. I lost 2 bets because FanDuel, I can't cancel. So I lost 2. Where is it? Well, first I lost anytime parlay. Odell scored a touchdown. Chase didn't score a touchdown. So fuck you. And then I bet $20 and $60 on the same fucking bet, but they were 2 different. I thought, all right, I'll place a bigger bet on it and then cancel the other one. Couldn't do that. Over 1.5 yards for the shortest touchdown. Literally all game. They're not even close. Eli Apple gets pass interference in the end zone. Fucks me in the ass. Then Aaron Donald doesn't win Super Bowl MVP. You're like, all right, I guess the 2 touchdowns, sure, whatever. And then why don't you tell them what the actual fucking rule is? Which I didn't even know because it makes no sense.
For the MVP of the game, they have to have the votes in by the 2-minute warning.
It just doesn't make any sense.
So everything that Aaron Donald did on that last drive, stuffing Samaji Perine, I got to say his name again, on that 3rd down,
sense.
Just murdering Joe Burrow on 4th down to clinch the Super Bowl. He got to the guy in like fucking 2 seconds.
I'm not saying he would have won because of that, but I think he probably would have.
But that also means that they gave Cooper Kupp the MVP without the 2nd touchdown.
That's true. That's even dumber because Donald had 2 sacks already by then.
Yeah, 2 sacks, 3 QB hits, and like a tackle for loss at that point.
That would have won me $850 on a $50 bet. But I actually did research for this one because by research, I mean the ESPN Plus article. It said the Bengals are amazing in the 3rd quarter and the Rams are garbage. So I bet $100 to win $260 on Bengals winning the 3rd quarter. So I ended up plus $5 on all of that. So I didn't lose all my money. And then I had like $10.40 extra. So I was like, cool. They have this parlay, the Islanders, Penguins, and Lightning all to win. And of course, I think at least 2 of the 3 teams lost. Last time I checked, the Penguins are losing to the Flyers 4-2. So this is why I don't bet ever, because I literally can't win. And I don't like FanDuel because they give you specific parlays that you can do. But I couldn't go to the Devils and bet like the Devils money line and then the over. Like it wouldn't let me do a parlay for that. And I was like, I don't know why. Because DraftKings, you can do parlays all you want. But I lost 10 bets in a row in DraftKings and I stopped fucking trying. Like I just have no luck whatsoever.
That's like the opposite of a streak that you want to have.
It's insane that I even won the Rams money line when they beat the Niners. I bet on that at halftime at plus 104. And I was like, all right, cool. I had money in my account somehow. So now I have $300 in my account. I don't know how much money of it like I can actually take out because it was all free money. And then I won on that other bet. But I think I might just leave it in there until next NFL season. Like I can't bet on basketball and hockey. Like it's impossible. I can't win a single fucking bet.
Well, if baseball ever happens, you can bet on baseball.
That's also hard too. Basically every line is 1.5. Like Yankees minus 1.5. It's like, all right.
Maybe you can do some prop bets.
Although that's easier, I guess, than hockey because baseball, there aren't too many. I would say there are way more 2+ run games than 1-run game. Hockey's, you can see a 1-goal game is pretty common.
So
Didn't lose money at least. So that's
I just looked it up. Obviously, I know the Eli Apple really royally fucked you with that pass interference call, making the ball at the 1 yard line.
that guy's a pussy, by the way. Fucking staying quiet on Twitter except for his likes. What a
Yeah, he
jack
talked
off.
so much shit heading into the game.
Fucking loser.
I love the people that were tweeting like made him applesauce. Like I got a kick out of that.
There were also people like, did you see what Mecole Hardman said? I guess they have a feud because he's like, hey, maybe if you're a better corner. And then people were like, well, they beat you. Like, okay, but Hardman still has a ring.
Exactly.
Eli got tore. Eli Apple's not good. He was just not playing as poorly this postseason. But the guy doesn't turn around.
He's
like,
awful.
He did it with the Giants. He literally would just run at the guy and never turn around ever.
He doesn't even put his hands up either.
Like he got lucky this whole run. He made the great play on Tyreek Hill, but that was more of just a stupid play call. But yeah, he made that play. But like when somebody's running down the field and he's guarding them, he doesn't turn around. I feel like if he turned around, the guy would be like 10 yards ahead of like when I go to merge my car, I'm already in the fucking lane, which actually happened when we were driving to Boston. Like I just looked to merge and I found myself in the lane. Like, I don't know if you get disoriented. Like, whenever I look, I'm like, I lose control of the fucking car. So it's
Do you remember the time that you and I were driving to Boston and you got like so shell shocked when you pulled over? Like, okay, you're driving now.
Really?
When we went to the Royal Rumble 2011.
No,
you were driving.
That story of me merging was the same trip.
Yeah, and then
what happened?
Pulled over. It's like, all right, you're driving.
After that?
Yeah, it was after that. You got so shell shocked.
Really?
Because of that.
That was 2011. That was I only had my license for a year, and I don't think I'd ever driven anywhere like close to that far.
I think that was the furthest you had driven at that point. I think you were just so shell shocked. You're like, I'm dope. You're driving now.
I've taken multiple lefts on red by mistake.
Oh, I've done that.
But did you do that on purpose because you're a dick?
No, I've done it by
accident. I legitimately was like, I know one time we were in North Carolina and I was so fucking tired from driving. I just
went. Seen the Hardy Boys?
I wish we were on our way to Florida for wrestle. Actually, we were on that was WrestleMania 34. We were on our way to Orlando. And there's other times where I'm just like, oh yeah, I can go here. And then I turned left on red and I'm like, oh fuck, wait. I just made a left. I probably could have gotten in a fucking accident.
There are times I'm driving and then I go through a light. I'm like, was that light green? Was it red? I hope it was green.
There's a stop sign I ran. Me, Alex, and Mikey were going to meet Triple H at Walmart. And I just blew through a stop sign. And Mikey goes, I think that was a stop sign. And I was like, oh, didn't even notice the stop sign. Like just blew through it. Like I'm a terrible parker. Like even just going into a spot, I'm like, I get so much parking anxiety. Like there's a great meme where it's like, does anybody else get anxiety about parking where they have to like scope out a location before they go there? Like I will always Google Maps a place to see where I can fucking park because I get so much anxiety.
I'm also the type of person that no matter where I'm going, even if I'm coming home, when I pull onto the street or pull into the place, I lower the music so I can concentrate better.
Well, people make fun of you. You're like, oh, does it help you see better? No, it helps you concentrate more. It's not about
I do it just so I can concentrate. Concentrate.
I will always turn the music down, especially if I'm getting pissed off. But like, I hate parking on the street. Is like I won't even do it. Like I'll get out of the car and have somebody else back in, or I will fucking park further away and walk. Like I'm lazy, but I'm terrified of parking, especially if I always assume people are watching. And I'm like,
it gives me anxiety, especially if you're going to have to parallel park, but then there's other cars coming. So you feel the pressure. Okay, like just do it. I'm like, nope. And I just keep going.
I don't think I've parallel parked since my driver's test. And I fucking nailed the parallel park. It was perfect. I have a backup cam now. Like I can back into spots fine. But like sometimes I'll have the camera and I'll be like, backing in and it has to be perfect. So I'll pull back in, pull out, and I'm still somehow on the line. And I'm like worried about because I don't want to be one of those assholes who's like on the line and fucks the next spot. Yeah. So I'll like be out there trying to get it perfect. But I don't enjoy backing in.
His tank of a car. I don't even know
getting backed into.
Nice. I don't even know what brand of car that he has, but the thing is so fucking high tech. It not only has the camera in the back,
is it the one that like parallel parks for you?
Yeah,
like those commercials. That would terrify me. I think that would hold up in court
too.
If it like malfunctioned and you just nailed somebody. Like how does that even work?
Car insurance for that?
I don't get how that works.
I don't understand like the sensors and how it senses. Like he did it in our driveway and it sensed that my car was there. So it actually turned the wheel so it wouldn't come close to my car. I'm like, I don't even understand.
Like we both have the Eyesight in our car.
Yep.
Like I would never get another car without that. Like I will get Subarus for life. Like I need that. Like did I tell you that I was supposed to drive to Massachusetts for work?
No.
So they like on that same Saturday, I was talking to the CEO. They needed me to drive to Cape Cod to deliver something. Ended up not happening. But on Monday, it ended up happening. So like 3:00, I drove to Massachusetts and back. So I worked like 12 hours that day. They paid me like I was a courier, but it was like a really big sale. So like I don't know how much I can talk about, but I don't think anyone from the store is listening to my fucking podcast. But it was like this high value customer. So I drove all the way to the Cape Cod ferry and back on
How
Monday.
long is that?
It's 3 hours each way. I hit no traffic, so it was like 400 miles, 3 hours
Wow.
each way. And then they were offered to pay me in cash. So I was like, obviously I'm going to do that. But it was
That's pretty
like,
good.
if I hit traffic, I would have fucking killed myself. But no traffic whatsoever. Easy ride up there. Stopped off at the ferry, met the guy, gave him the shit, left. Was home by 9:00.
Not bad.
I get to do deliveries. So like the company car is a minivan. And I was like, I'm not taking a minivan up to fucking Cape Cod. I'm using my car with the fucking eyesight. Throw on cruise control. You don't pay attention. You don't have to pay attention to who's in front of you. It'll brake for you. Obviously, It's not a Tesla. It won't drive for you. But like the eyesight is so good because normal cars, you put on cruise control at 80, you're going to 80 and it's not going to fucking stop. This senses who's in front of you. So I can never drive without eyesight ever again.
Kate has a Honda, and hers I actually like better than mine because like if she turns on her blinker to go like right, it actually turns the camera on so you can see if there's anything there.
What camera? Like where's
It
the
has
camera?
a side camera and it puts like
wow.
right in the front so you can actually see if there's another car there or anything.
Do they have
like,
eyesight?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So at least I have options now. I don't have to get a Subaru.
Yeah, I feel like most cars now or most companies are adding that kind of
Yeah, I would never
technology.
get a car without that again. It's so nice to have, especially if you're going far.
Yep.
I don't want to fucking like my foot gets tired immediately. Like I like to stretch my leg out, just throw on cruise control. It's perfect.
Driving is the most painful thing for my Achilles. The most painful thing.
I don't know how people aren't in constant pain, like just not using cruise control.
Having your foot just like up
yeah,
like that, and it's
sucks.
like pressing
I hate
down.
that. Yeah, it's awful. Oh, Keith Lee, you fat idiot. So did you see what I wrote with 90s Con?
Yeah, what's that?
Oh my god, this is gonna be awesome. So this is a fucking convention in Connecticut. I think I saw the ad on Instagram, and I have to read the fucking lineup. It's amazing.
What so it's
Let's
like
see.
90s.
It's a convention, and it'll have like 90s people, is what I'm getting from the title. But just these guests are like insane. So
Where is it?
Hartford, I think.
Okay.
Like, yeah, it's in Hartford. Like, I don't know. I'm awkward with meeting people, so like, just gives me anxiety because I don't think
When is it?
I don't think I'm gonna meet Dexter because it's like it's too much anxiety. March 11th, 12th, and 13th. You might want to go because there's some good guests, and there's also I got to pull up Chiller too because there's some good guests there too. Chiller. All right, let's do 90s Con first. First three guests we mentioned her tonight: Melissa Joan Hart, Caroline Ray, and Beth Broderick from Sabrina.
All three of them were in Sabrina, weren't they?
Also, Nate Richard and Jenna Lee Green from Sabrina. Nate was, I forget what his name was. This is the boyfriend. And then whoever that other chick is. So 5 people from Sabrina. That's as 90s as it gets. Next guest, fucking TLC.
The two ones that are what, T-Boz and Chili?
Yeah. Like,
Wow.
aren't they still like making music? That's pretty.
That's
The next 3 guests, the fucking Lawrence brothers, Joey, Matthew, and Andrew.
shut the fuck up.
All
Really?
3 of them.
That's awesome.
After
That is awesome.
Holly Marie Combs and Brian Krause from Charmed.
Oh wow. Leo and Piper.
That's insane that you know that.
I used to
Next,
watch that show religiously. Love that
Lori
show.
Beth Dimberg and Danny Tamborelli.
From all that.
Yep.
Wow.
Another one. This is a big one. Fucking Christina Ricci.
Wow. What's she been doing lately? Has she done anything since the 90s?
She was in Black Snake Moan and a bunch of other stuff. And like, listen to this one. Christopher fucking Lloyd. He's
From
also
Back to the Future. How is he
Yeah.
not dead?
I gotta. Are you like? I know Ghostbusters was your number one, but were you like high on Back to the Future? Also, was that like a huge?
I
movie
really
for you?
liked Back to the Future. I did not like Back to the Future 3.
I feel like that's because Chiller has fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 people from the Back to the Future, including Leah Thompson, Claudia Wells, and Christopher Lloyd.
So they basically have everybody except Michael J. Fox.
Yeah. And then there are other like minor characters, but 90s Con. So after Christopher Lloyd, like,
So I just Googled it. Christopher Lloyd is 83.
Like
He looked like he was 75.
I haven't
and
even
back
gotten
in
to the
movie.
best guests. Remember Party of Five?
Please tell me Nev Campbell and Lacey
How-
Chabert are there.
How I can relate that to Family Guy? What the hell's Party of Five?
Did
Nev
they get Scott
Campbell,
Wolf too?
Lacey Chabert, Scott Wolf are at this convention.
That is awesome.
I'm insanely impressed at Nev Campbell. I forgot she does a lot of these conventions. And then this is the best. This is the reason that we should go. I have to hold on. I have to pull up your fucking stupid face so I can see your reaction. I'm gonna go in reverse order because the last one's the best one. See if you can get it. You should get this right away. Darius McCrae, Kelly Williams, Joe Marie Payton, and
Please tell
fucking
me Reginald
Reginald
Bell
Bell Johnson are at this convention in fucking Hartford.
We're going.
Like, what? That's fucking Family Matters.
If you fucking tell me that they have people from like other 90s shows, like if you get me someone from like,
well, you might shit yourself with the next 4 people I'm going to tell you.
Okay, what do you got? Is it somebody? If it's somebody from Full House, I'm probably just gonna fucking rub my nipples.
Danielle Fishel, Ryder Strong, Trina McGee, and Will Friedle from Boy Meets World. This is for a convention in fucking Hartford. This is incredible. And then the next 3 guests, I think the third one might seal it for you. Nick Carter, Nick Carter, like... AJ McLean, and fucking Joey Fatone.
Joey Fat One. Wow.
All right, and then we're starting to get like lesser, but Kathy Najimy from I don't know. She looks like the chick from My Big Fat Greek Wedding, but I think
she was in Sister Act.
She's in Hocus Pocus, Sister Act, King of the Hill. And then let's see. I don't know these other people. I don't know you. Mara Wilson from Mrs. Doubtfire, Matilda.
I like
Lisa Jacob from Mrs. Doubtfire. Who else? I don't know you. Don't know you. And then special guests, just I don't know why she has her own section. Oh, the host, fucking Christy Carlson Romano. Connecticut's 90s Connecticut's own.
How did Connecticut pull these people?
I kind of want to go.
Like you had me at Reginald Bell Johnson, but also knowing the 2 members of the Backstreet Boys and Joey Fat One are there.
And their prices, this is nice because they actually list prices. What would you say? Where is it? Oh, no, I don't want Reggie's picture. Give me more info, asshole. They list their prices. So what would you say Reggie would charge for an autograph and for a selfie? Like, what would you pay?
I'd probably pay $100
for an autograph.
For a selfie.
All right. Well, then you're going to be super happy. You might have to go. Autographs are 40, selfies are 40, and a combo is 60.
That's a good deal.
I feel like that's a pretty good deal. But it starts to add up if you want to meet everybody. Like, yeah, I like to do I would buy, if we actually went to this, I'd buy like a Family Matters poster and try to have all 4 of them sign it. But like, then that starts to add up. And then you want a picture, but you're like, it's too much money. Joe Marie Payton is 30, 30, and 40 as a combo.
Maybe 40, 40, and 60 is like the highest paid. Like, I'm wondering what Joey Fat One is.
Let's see. Kelly is 30, 30, and 40. So if you just do autographs, you can. And I still have money I still have like $1,000 worth of cash just lying around from when I sold all of my toys. Darius McCrae, 30, 30, and 40. Let's see. Who are you looking for? Joey Fat One? I feel like Joey's going to be like a 60 combo. Yeah, 40, 40, and 60. That
lineup is like, damn.
And realistically, I could actually do it because there's a Sunday. There's no football. It's in March. So I could do a Sunday, take the day out there. I'm sure Alex would probably come. And Google Chrome froze. You can still hear me, right? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Google fucking froze. Like, that's a really good fucking lineup.
That's better than I would have thought.
Let me see who else is at Chiller. Chiller's where I met fucking a bunch of Charles in Charge people. I met Richard Dean Anderson there once. I met Weird Al there. It's a horror convention in New Jersey.
Never even heard of it.
You should be proud. I was gonna go last time because they had Scott Baio there, and I just could not justify paying to meet a piece of fucking garbage. Even though I could have had him sign so many things, but I couldn't. Peter Weller is gonna be at Chiller.
The dude from RoboCop?
Yeah.
Nice.
Mickey Dolenz from the Monkees.
Wow.
Kelly Packard from what's it called? God damn it, Baywatch, and then Ripley's. One of the chicks from Facts of Life will be there. They're having
Which one?
One of the I don't know her character name. Her name's Lisa Witchell. She was Blair. No, was it Blair? I think it's Blair, the blonde one.
Nice.
Christopher Lloyd, Christina Ricci, they're there. Leah Thompson, Claudia Wells, a bunch of other people I don't really know. The guy who does the Marvin Berry, who played Marvin Berry, will be there. And they have a lot of like horror people, but they also have random wrestlers there too. One of the chicks from Friday the 13th Part 2. So it's a horror convention. But I met remember fucking Hoffman from Saw?
Yeah.
I met him there.
Was it Costas Mandalore or something like that?
I met him there. I met
how do I know that guy's name? That's just fucking
because he's awesome. I met fucking James Remar there. I had to go back. I met Nicole Eggert there a couple times. Willie Ames.
Was Nicole Eggert fat at that point, or was she thin?
She's kind of fat. Yeah.
Chubby?
Yeah. And I didn't meet, I wish, because they came back as like a cast. They had the two, wasn't her, Willie, and one of the other kids. And I had like no money, so I could only meet Willie. So I didn't even meet Nicole Eggert again. But like now that I actually have like a job and money, I wish they would fucking do this again. But like 90s Con, we might have to do this. Friday, yeah, there's a Sunday 10 to 5. So most of these people, everyone's there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The Lawrences are there. Christina Ricci Saturday. Yeah, most people are there the whole weekend. So like that's just insane.
See what you should do, because obviously if they're there the whole weekend, they're staying in a hotel local. Find out where they got the hotel, meet them for free.
That's so dicky though. Like, do you imagine fucking, hey, it's at the Hartford Civic Center. So whatever hotels around there.
Yeah, they're probably not staying in Hartford. They're probably staying in like Manchester or something like that.
That's just insane. Like, I kind of want to go to this now, but I also still have to go to, let me pull up Monster Mania.
This Monster Mania.
This is the Dexter one, but this is in Cherry Hill. So that's like 3 hours away. But like, I'm probably going to chicken out and not do it because it's going to be a fuck ton of money. And it's also like, I don't even know what to say to these people.
And
like,
it's 3 hours each way.
What do I fucking say to Michael C. Hall? Like, seriously, but this is probably like one of the only times they'll all be here. Did I talk about this on the podcast before? Like the guest? I feel like I did. But
no, you haven't talked about the guest. You've just talked about what you would say if you met Michael C. Hall.
So Michael C. Hall, Jennifer Carpenter, Desmond Harrington, James Remar, C.S. Lee, David Zayas. That's like the major players from Dexter. And then also there, Stephen Dorff, Anthony Michael Hall, Ernie Hudson, Logan Kim.
Ernie Hudson.
Yeah, Ernie Hudson and Logan Kim. A bunch of horror people. Roger Jackson, the voice of Ghostface.
Wow.
Thora Birch. Wow. Haven't thought about her in a while. Somebody named Dana DiLorenzo. Might just meet her for the fucking irony.
For the last name.
Kane Hodder. Always wanted to meet Kane Hodder. Oh, the fucking one of the kid from Weird Science. I don't know how to pronounce Ilan. Is that Ian? Ian Mitchell Smith, the other kid from Weird Science with Anthony Michael Hall. Monster Mania Con's legit. That's a really good convention. I've just never gone to it. But like, it's gonna be so like. Let me look at these prices for photo ops because they don't give you autograph prices. How much would you say? Let me find out. What would you say would be a photo op cost for all of those people in Dexter? Like all of them in a single photo op, because they'll do a group photo op. Oh, you're gonna really be a bitch and not have me find it. I literally looked at this before.
How many of them are there?
One,
it was Jennifer Carpenter, Michael C. Hall,
4, 5, 6.
6. 160.
You might just spend that just on Michael C. Hall.
How much is it?
I have to find it, but they're like, even Jennifer Carpenter's like over $100 by herself.
Wow.
And then
but Reginald Bell Johnson's bigger than
they get you with they give you a like you give it a printout, but you have to pay $10 extra to get a digital copy. That's how they get you. Nobody wants a physical fucking copy, right? Like you need to get the digital copy to upload it to every single social media.
To every social media site. I mean, you could get the paper copy, take a picture of it.
Yeah, I hate the thought of doing that. All right, here we go. So C.S. Lee by himself, $50. David Zayas by himself, 60. Desmond Harrington, 60. Ernie Hudson is 80.
Ernie Hudson charging 80. Jesus.
Yeah. Jennifer Carpenter by herself is 80. Michael C. Hall by himself, they're almost all sold out, is 130.
How much is Logan Kim?
Let me find him. 60.
Come on, Logan. Bullshit.
I'm guessing it. I don't know how they determine the price. So let's see. Where are the even Roger Jackson's a fucking voice to Ghostface is charging $50. Although maybe they get this might be like here's a flat fee and then like the convention makes their own prices. So maybe that's what they're doing. So Jennifer Carpenter and Michael C. Hall, that's like a goat photo op. Just the two of them together is $200.
Because each are 100 separate, right?
Michael C. Hall was 130. She was 80.
So it's $10 cheaper to do the photo.
So for all of them,
it's got to be pushing 350 now.
360. And they're almost all sold out.
That's insane.
But it's also like I don't know if you've seen the picture. I have a picture of me, Triple H, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Sasha Banks, Corey Graves, Byron Saxton, like from an NXT signing, and it's just like so many fucking people. It's so awkward. Like I don't know if I'd want to do a group photo op like that. But hold on, do the math for me. Let's see. Michael C. Hall's 130. You got that?
Yep.
Jennifer Carpenter's 80. James Remar is 60. Desmond Harrington 60. David Zayas is 60, and C.S. Lee is 50. So how much is that?
440. So you're saving $80.
But you also get one weird group.
One weird picture as opposed to
what was it? 460?
440.
440. Like, how can I justify doing that? But it's like this could be like a once. Although maybe Michael C. Hall will start doing conventions now, but then you got to hope he comes back around. It's just meeting celebrities is fucking awkward. You don't know what to say. You don't want to mark out in front of them.
You're my idol.
And I always sound like a moron. Like I talked to Jennifer Carpenter about my dad. Like I was like, yeah, my dad was talking to me about Dexter. And I was like, what the fuck is Dexter? And I was like, what am I talking about? So all I wanted to ask her was, did you think the show would be, that would be my go-to to any of them. So did you think the show would turn into what it was? And then they can give you like a legit answer and you have like an actual conversation. That's what I asked Richard Dean Anderson. It's like the best thing to ask anybody. Did you think the show would turn into it? And she said no. And I asked, who did I ask? When I asked Richard Dean Anderson, he was like, you do a lot of these things and it doesn't go anywhere. So we just assumed it would be like, you know, you do a pilot and maybe not even get picked up and never expect
to be gone after a season.
So that's like if you're ever meeting a celebrity and you're nervous about what to ask, that's always the go-to. Do you ever think your show would blow up to what it is? Like, I'm sure Michael C. Hall would be like, yeah, absolutely fucking not. Like, there's no way. Imagine he's just like, yeah, I'm the fucking man. Of course I knew a show about a friendly serial killer would be awesome. So comment down below if you're watching on YouTube that we should all go to 90s Con. I feel like even if we didn't meet anybody, just walking around, we get to stare at like Reginald Vell Johnson. So I feel like
picture of him from afar.
I feel like
that would give you an opportunity to get a picture of me with him to then delete later, like it did British Barber Beef.
No, I didn't delete it. I think it didn't save at all. So, and you were too chicken to go back up to him. I'm sure the guy would have been fine. You could just give him like a line of Coke later. You need to get March 13th off. Because you could you could come here and then we just go to fucking Hartford. How far is Hartford from Poughkeepsie?
That's hour and a half. That's
it? You can just fucking meet us there then. You don't even
it's only an hour and a half because that's one of Kate's stores is Farmington.
Yeah, fucking mark that down. March 13th, we might go to this. Let's see how much like general admission tickets are. Let's see. Click here for tickets.
I would go just to be able to people watch. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah. So if you want the exclusive lanyard, that's $8. If you want the VIP pass, that's $250. I wonder what comes with that. Jesus. Oh, that's like
how'd you go from $8 to $250?
Well, just the lanyard is just what you could like hang your pass on. The VIP pass is every day, so we don't need. Let's see, Sunday pass. What the fuck? That can't be right. That seems ridiculous. Sunday is $55 to get in. I've never seen anything like that. That's kind of a lot.
Well, I mean, there are a lot of people.
But usually you pay like chiller to get into that is like $20 for a general
really?
admission ticket. Yeah, that's really weird that they would charge that much. No, I knew it was too good to be true.
When something's too good to be true, it usually is.
I mean, I'd still probably go if you wanted to go. We'd have to discuss later, but like that pisses me off now. General admission pass for Sunday. Sunday hours, yeah, 10 to 5. RFID badges are sold. Yep, used for one person. Badge may not be used by a second person. Yeah, we get it. That's really, that leads me to believe that the people at their booth are charging like they didn't get a flat fee. They're making all the money at the table. Because if you're charging $55 goddamn dollars, 35 for Friday, because I get the weekend is 55 because there's more people
More
there.
people that can go. Yeah.
That's annoying though. Because chiller to get in is, although it is weird because everyone makes chiller, the people at the booth, they make their own money. I don't think they get a flat fee. So that's weird that this is so fucking expensive. I guess to get people to go to Hartford, they had to pay a fucking premium. That pisses me off though, because if it was $20, like we're fucking there.
Yeah, 55 makes it a little.
That's how fucking cheap I am. Like it's not like I can't afford $55. Like obviously I can afford, if I can afford to meet all those fucking people, but it's just the principle of that's kind of expensive to get in, and that kind of pisses me off. God damn it. All right, so you talk about Cody Rhodes possibly, maybe leaving AEW as Adam Cole shakes Hangman Page's hand.
That's terrible. I mean, honestly, when the fucking stuff came out about Cody Rhodes and his wife leaving AEW, guy was an executive vice president of AEW.
I'm gonna be so pissed if it's a work. I'm gonna be so angry.
I feel like it can't be.
If they worked it, just because like AEW fans, they get to keep, like I don't even like Cody that much. Red Dragon's back, yay! But I don't even like Cody that much. But finally, somebody going from AEW to WWE is what I want to see.
And honestly, if you would give me 50 guesses of the first person that could potentially leave AEW and go to, I would never have said Cody Rhodes ever.
I would have said the first person would have been fucking like MJF in 2 years or something like that.
Yeah, I never ever would have said Cody Rhodes. I thought when he left in 2016, he did his whole independent thing. He's starting a new company. He's never come back. I wonder
why he would choose WWE, simply for the money. Because he wanted a big deal. Like he's not going to have creative control over there. Like I don't
know. But I maybe he's going to be treated like a main event player now.
Yeah, that's the promises that he's going to get, and then it's going to end up being like, oh, what the fuck. So I'm shocked.
But the one thing that could work in his favor is he is the potentially first person from AEW to cross ship to WWE. People in AEW, like the MJFs.
Well, now he's gonna be like a what's a good word for it? Like a liaison
for us. Yeah,
like a liaison. Like now, look, I'm here. It's fine. It's not bad.
Exactly. So I feel like he's gonna get booked potentially very well because of that. Because it's gonna say, see, look, you come here, you're actually gonna get. You're gonna be a main guy.
Vince is the new toy, and then he's kind of like whatever. And I think
that's why I'm convinced he'll be in the 24/7 title picture.
I don't think they'll reuse his theme song. But Alex was like making a stupid Raimi point, like that makes no sense. That you just like, I don't even know your logic for making these kind of points. Where it's like, if he uses that theme song, he's gonna be. It's just like you're just still a loser. It's like if he's booked like a fucking main eventer, nobody's gonna be like, but he's using Smoke and Mirrors. What a jobber theme! Like who gives a shit? It's not like if Drew went back to Broken Dreams, he'd be like a fucking loser.
I wish he fucking did go back to Broken Dreams, or freaking Sheamus went to Lobster Head.
But like, if he came back with that theme song, nobody's gonna be like, "This is a fucking mid card loser." If they book him like he's been booked, then like it'll be fine. Who cares? But I don't know. I don't know if I would have him come in right away. Do you save him? Because you're sort of already built your WrestleMania card. You can squeeze it. You can still in flux. You could squeeze him in there, but it's sort of like, don't rush it. Give it that surprise at the Raw after WrestleMania, because they've sucked recently. I mean, COVID didn't help, but even before that, like they haven't been great.
But I feel like if you hold them off for another, 8 weeks until after WrestleMania, if he does sign,
yeah,
it's going to lose some of its luster of the shock value of him showing up, or it'd still be shocking because he's actually there.
I feel like the longer you go, the more it's like, okay, is this happening or not? Like, what the fuck? And then you'll whole WrestleMania weekend, you'll be like, is he going to show up? Is he going to show up?
True.
But I don't know. It's just like, I'm not going to I'm more excited that AEW fans are going to fucking start crying about it. Like
They've
then
already
even
turned on him.
like I don't
They've
really
already turned on him.
I've shit on Cody Rhodes because I think he's been fucking annoying as shit sometimes in AEW. Like he solved racism, so I see why he's leaving. There's nothing else for him to do there. So like, why even stay? But like we've shit on him for weeks, and now it's like, yeah, he's back. But I'm not gonna be that guy who's like, oh, he's so good now, but when he was in AEW, he sucked. I'm not even that excited for more than the fact that somebody's finally crossing the other side.
And like I liked Cody Rhodes when he was in WWE. He became
Yes, I loved
insufferable
Cody
to me
Rhodes.
in AEW.
Yeah.
But it was
But
how he was booked.
He was great in the independents. Like they saw him in NEW. It
Yeah,
was
I
like
remember we saw him in NEW.
Reinvented himself. It was fucking awesome. And then he just became such a huge tool. And I
Speaking
think
of
part
tools,
of it
Chris
was
Jericho.
just part of it was just being in AEW and their fan base just it's fucking disgusting.
But also I can understand why he would leave because
it just makes no sense from Tony's standpoint.
he
Like,
was
really?
an EVP. He was on the booking team.
Well, they have no creative control anymore. Like nobody does,
Yeah.
right?
No, but also he was part of the booking team, which is something his dad, Dusty Rhodes, used to do. So I feel like he liked that part of it and was appreciative of trying to like follow in his dad's footsteps kind of thing. And then Tony took that away.
I wonder if he's going to try to negotiate like being an agent also in WWE because he seems like he's the kind of guy who would retire early.
He said he doesn't want to wrestle that long.
Yeah, so
I could see him doing that, but also I could see him when Daniel Bryan, what the fuck his name is, was in WWE before he left.
Daniel Bryan.
Edge, even now, they were part of the creative team for a little bit. Maybe Cody Rhodes is going to be part of creative.
Who was the one who didn't like it? Did Bryan say he didn't really care for it? Like he wasn't really interested? Edge said?
Yeah.
Fucking Edge. You think he's still jealous of Christian? Got to main event a fucking pay-per-view with Kenny Omega?
Has to be.
Like, he's like, that's why I hate AEW stands. Like, yeah, he's super jealous of. You don't think Edge is having fun right now?
He got to wrestle a match with his wife. He's never gotten a chance.
And he main evented fucking WrestleMania. I don't think Christian having the Impact World Title and fucking a main event loss to Kenny Omega is better than what Edge is fucking doing.
And what's he been doing lately?
He's a goddamn manager, but he's having fun, just like Adam Cole. What was the
Which
picture?
now, if you said Edge is having fun, he got to wrestle a match with his goddamn wife. Like that's actually kind of cool.
I think it was a picture of Beth Phoenix looking all jacked, and then it was Adam Cole looking skinny fat.
Yes, it was.
Like insane. And like I feel bad because I guess I've taken sides because I've soured on Adam Cole. It just looks like such a loser after being built as like the face of an entire brand. Now he's just some fucking loser. But I do enjoy seeing him with Red Dragon again.
And then, they have Jay White, and then it's going to be the love affair between the Young Bucks. He better beat Hangman Page for the title if he's going for the title now.
I wonder if Chris Jericho is going to ever go back.
He's under contract for 2 more years.
So what were their original deals? 3 years?
3 years. And then they picked up a 2-year option on him.
But I wonder if he would would he just retire from AEW and stop wrestling? Or do you think he'd go back for like one more WrestleMania match or something like that? Like, I
think he would go back for like one more match and a Hall of Fame induction kind of thing.
Fucking Jericho to jack
I could see that. I will say Jericho looks like he's lost weight.
He's still fucking gross, but yes,
yeah.
I think he has.
He definitely looks like he's lost weight. He's still a piece of shit, but
all right. So let's in honor of fucking Sir Ivan Reitman passing away, to honor his
R.I.P.
legacy. Can you hear my background noise? Can you hear the cars outside?
No.
All right, good. Is my gain okay? We're gonna play fucking Box Office Gross. Let me close out a 90s con. We might have to buy tickets though. So I'm not gonna do Ghostbusters. We've already done that, I think, and we already know it was wildly successful. So what do you think Stripes made?
Oh my god, I fucking love Stripes.
I haven't seen
it. Love it.
I just Family Guy. The episode was where they're watching Stripes, and it's like, all right, he's not in the military yet. We don't need to watch it.
Fucking John Winger.
The budget. Did I give you the budget last time when we played this? The budget was only 10 million.
This came out in what, 81?
81.
It's impressive. I knew that. I feel like it didn't become popular until after years had gone by. Like it became kind of a cult classic. I'm going to say 110 mil.
You think it only became popular after, but it's still gross that much?
Yeah.
85 million.
What
that
does it
like a lot for 81?
What's its Rotten Tomatoes?
I don't give a shit about Rotten Tomatoes. 6.9 on IMDb. Because if you look at Rotten Tomatoes, like just look at the audience score, because the critics are fucking idiots. And is Vincent D'Onofrio in this also? Because Harold Ramis is in it. Or that's what's the one? What's
You're
the
thinking of Apocalypse Now.
No, the fucking one where he's the crazy guy. It's a military movie. I gotta fucking look this up. Vincent D'Onofrio, military.
Full Metal Jacket.
Yes, there you go. What year was that?
Apocalypse Now. That was late 80s.
John Candy was in that too. All right, so Ghostbusters, we're gonna skip. What do you think Twins made? Because I saw Arnold's touching post to Ivan. The budget for that was a cool 15 million.
Wait, who's gonna do the sequel now?
He was discussing it with him.
Oh, but he's dead.
I know. So
maybe his son can do it. Oh, his son should do it.
Triplets -1 because he's dead. Awful.
His son should do it.
Yeah, I bet you he does. So the budget was 15 million.
What year did this come out?
88.
It was Arnold, peak Arnold.
Yeah.
Like his first comedy, really, right? Because it was before Kindergarten Cop.
88. I feel like that probably was one of his first comedies. Now I got to look that up.
Peak Danny DeVito.
Was it peak Danny DeVito? Did Danny DeVito have a peak? I feel like peak Danny DeVito is now with Always Sunny.
Danny DeVito is like the ageless wonder. I'm going to say 190 million.
Hold on. Now I have to see. Yeah, he's doing Conan, Terminator, Red Sonja, Commando, Raw Deal, Running Man, Predator, Red Heat, and then Twins. So yeah.
His first foray into comedy, I'm going to say 190.
190. Go back to Ivan Reitman, Twins. The domestic gross, 111. Worldwide, 216.
Wow, that's pretty good.
So pretty good for Sir Ivan Reitman. I don't know why I'm calling him Sir.
Now he should be knighted.
Now
I can honestly say I haven't seen Twins in probably 25
I haven't seen
years.
that in forever. Yeah, that and Junior, which is also on this list. But next is Kindergarten Cop. The budget for that classic is nowhere to be found. What the fuck am I doing? Where's the budget? Like seriously, guys? Here we go. Oh, another 15 million.
I'll say 200.
The domestic gross was only 91. Worldwide, 201.
That was really close.
So for some reason, I guess America didn't like the fucking hilarity of Kindergarten Cop.
I'm pretty sure I heard a rumor once that Danny DeVito was supposed to be in the movie.
Kindergarten Cop?
Yeah, he was supposed to be the lead.
That would have been awful.
I don't think it would have worked. He's too small.
Junior. Another one I haven't seen in forever. Yeah. Okay.
I've never seen it.
All of a sudden, I guess Kindergarten Cop did well enough. This budget was fucking 60 million.
For Junior?
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Really? It's all right.
Is Danny DeVito in that one too?
Yeah.
Him and Danny DeVito are doing movies together. I love it.
I want my baby.
Is that really a line in the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus
something like
Christ.
that. They're like, give me my baby. It's kind of like him saying, give me the goddamn page. And then Tom Arnold's like, okay. What do you think?
I feel like this movie couldn't have done as good.
I jumped up from 15 million budget for his other movies to fucking 60. Like, goddamn.
I'll say 175.
Yeah, this didn't do very well. Domestically, only 36 million. Worldwide, 108. Made a profit, but not very good. So maybe that's why he took a few-year hiatus. And that's basically all of his good movies. He didn't direct a lot. Those are the only ones that besides Ghostbusters, and then the Ray Parker Jr. Ghostbusters music video he apparently directed. And then what about, I guess I can go back to Meatballs, which was
Oh my God,
Meatballs. Their like first movie with like Harold Ramis and Bill Murray.
I think that was Bill Murray's first movie starring.
He stars as Tripper. Was Harold Ramis not in this? Or did he write this movie?
I think he wrote it.
Yeah. So what do you think that made? Let's see I'm guessing the budget was like 2 million.
If that.
Oh, so close. Although this is a Canadian movie. Weird. 1.6 million Canadian.
What's that in US? Come on now. Give me the conversion. I'll say
probably like 2, right?
Yeah, probably.
Close enough.
I feel like that obviously made his career. It made
that was 1979. Was it a popular movie at the time? Like, I don't even really know anything about it.
It wasn't exactly popular at the time. It got a good, I think Siskel and Ebert gave it like 2 thumbs up or like 1.5 thumbs. I'm going to say it did like 75 million.
$43 million. What did we say that the gross for the US and Canada plus worldwide was its own thing? Because it's the exact same gross. 43,046 for both.
Interesting.
So I don't remember if like we decided that the worldwide included everything.
I think it did.
Or if that was everything else. Because that seems to be odd that the entire world grossed the exact same amount that we did in the States and Canada. So that was basically, he didn't direct too many movies.
But yeah, he was very,
unfortunately passed away unexpectedly. Wait, was he in Stop or My Mom Will Shoot? He was a producer on that. Oh, maybe let's look at what he was a producer on. None of this. Nobody cares. Animal House. He was a producer.
Did not know that.
Because I believe Harold Ramis wrote that one. Casual Sex ? What is this movie? Interested in that? Is that Leah Thompson? Leah Thompson, Victoria Jackson, Andrew Dice Clay. Interesting. Never heard of it. He's a producer on Twins, Ghostbusters, Kindergarten Cop, Beethoven's second. Beethoven, the TV series. He was a producer on Space Jam. Private Parts.
Space Jam?
Interesting. Muppets Alive. Road Trip. Executive producer. Ooh, fancy. Interesting. Oh, R.I.P. Ivan Reitman. Do you have anything else?
I do not.
So I feel like, what are we at right now? This might be one of our...
Like an hour and 15, give or take.
I feel like we can probably wrap up unless you have...
We were on point.
Yeah, so this is... if this tends to be like a higher episode, we usually average around like 10 to 12, 13 listens on whatever platform, plus YouTube. Maybe because I tried one time not promoting an episode at all, same average listeners. So I feel like it's the same core group. I don't think our analytics have changed. I can pull that up before we get into our closing arguments. What are we on? Anchor? Yes. So let's see our analytics here. Come on, bitch, load.
What's our war?
We're very low on war.
But while you're pulling that up, today was supposed to be the start of spring training.
Yeah, wasn't it the other day that pitchers and catchers were supposed to report?
Yeah, pitchers and catchers were supposed to report 2 days ago, but everyone was supposed to report as of today.
I thought pitchers and catchers were like a week earlier.
It's only a couple days.
Really? What's the fucking
Yankees'
point?
first spring training game is 10 days from now. I don't think it's going to happen.
Nope, definitely not. So we're still in the 6% non-binary, 6% female, 88% male. We're dominating in the 23 to 44. So the 23 to 27 is 38% of our listeners. 28 to 34 is 22. And then 35 to 44, which sadly we are in now, is 41%. Most people.
That's you, me, and Kate.
Yeah. 57% listen on Apple. Actually,
Really?
9 people listen, 8% listen on Player FM, which might be Randy. 10% listen on the web browser, 15 on Spotify, and then 9% other. What the hell's other? I guess technically
what else is there?
You can listen to it on Anchor, I guess.
Huh.
And I still don't if you're listening to this, why did you not listen to our Ghostbusters episode? That's still our lowest listened to episode with 9. We didn't hit double digits on that one. And that was one of our best.
That was my favorite episode.
9 listens. 9. I don't want to say plays. There you go. 9 plays.
9 plays.
Our best episode, ridiculously, was the 2-hour pilot. We peaked the pilot. Then episode 1 was 17, and then we've been steadily around anywhere from 10 to 13 usually.
And usually we're like, what, 50 to 75 on YouTube.
Episode 6 got 18 for some reason, and then episode 11 would get 18. And then in between those, 8, 9, and 10 got 12, 11, and 13. So it's sort of random. Although I guess you really don't have to listen to, it's not like a continuous story arc. Like this is season 1 where you have to listen. But yeah, those are our analytics. Still under 1% in India. We haven't gotten a new country or a new continent.
We got to start throwing some hashtags out there to get other people to
gravitate
towards
work on Apple Podcasts and stuff.
No, but like when we post it on like Twitter or
Twitter
wherever,
doesn't have that many followers. If you're listening to this, follow the This That Rant on Twitter. Instagram's got a lot of followers, but you can't really hashtag on stories. I mean,
But you can hashtag on the post.
Sometimes I'll do a post. Sometimes I'll do a story. Depends on how good like this one is probably not post worthy, so we didn't really talk about it that much.
But actually, you could hashtag in an Instagram story.
Yeah, but people have to like. I feel like people don't even like read the stuff.
I get random people that looking at my stories if I do a hashtag sometimes, like people I don't know, because I think they're just searching the hashtag.
If the hashtag is something like important, like if I just hashtag Ivan Reitman, I'm not sure. Do you think there are people out there searching for him since he just died?
It could be, but hashtag Wednesday wisdom. Is that right?
Hashtag Wednesday wisdom. If you're out there searching for Wednesday wisdom, you're a fucking loser. All right. So if you have nothing else, I have nothing else. So I don't think anything else happened. Football's over. Baseball it's not going to happen. Hockey and basketball are fucking dead.
The Knicks suck. Devils suck.
Yep. Everything is fucking dead. I just have to root against the Rangers. That's basically it. So we have to do an unusual death.
So we did the 1830s last week. Let's take it back to the 1900s. Let's do.
I'm feeling something more modern.
Do we have anything in like the 2010s?
You want to do 2010s? Let's see. There's the last person on this list. It's not even a human being. Wait, am I in the wrong spot? Oh, I went to animal deaths.
There's animal deaths? How come we haven't done that before?
I didn't know there was an animal deaths. What the hell?
Is Harambe on there?
Oh, you would think so, right? But no, somehow not. A lot of these unnamed cow, unnamed deer, unnamed bird, Alan the dash hound. I guess it was just a random.
Do you say Alan the dash hound?
Yeah.
Don't you mean dachshund? Is it a dachshund?
How do you spell it?
Like SUND, dachshund?
Is that how you say it? Dachshund?
Yeah. Do you say dash hound?
That's what it says. The magazine's office dog. What the? Are you sure it's Dotson?
Dachshund. DACHSUND. It's a type of dog.
Yeah, never heard of it. I mean, I've heard of it, but I've never seen it spelled out. I don't really do a lot of research on dogs.
Gonna have to now.
Why is he named Alan? Why don't you just call him Alan? Alan. Like, why do you have to put
Alan the dachshund?
Why do you have to put that in the title? It's just because his name is Alan. Talter magazine's office dog saw a man approaching the Vogue house in London, revolving doors, and walked after the man. As Alan tried to rush through the revolving door, his neck got caught in it, also getting the male worker stuck in the door. 2 fire engines rushed to the scene where they freed the man but could not free Alan, where he died at the scene. You couldn't free him? Really?
R.I.P. Alan.
All right, so you, buddy. 2010s? Give me a year.
2010?
So you're going literal 2010.
I'm Captain Literal, man.
Where are you? All right, I need a did we do this? There's three specific dates in 2010 and then one general one. Pick a number between 1 and 4.
2.
All right, Gareth Williams.
Excuse me? Gareth Christina's?
Williams, 31, a Welsh mathematician and British spy working for the God, why am I fucking choking today? British spy working for the GCHQ, which is the Government Communications Headquarters.
Okay.
Was found dead under unusual circumstances. Oh, here we go. This next line is going to be the best part. Hold on. His naked body was found in a red bag, padlocked from the outside in the bath of his home in central London. The death was ruled a presumed assassination, although a Metropolitan Police investigation later found that it was likely an accident. What?
Wait. You said it was naked body, red bag, padlocked from the outside. How could it be? Was it a sex game going on?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe.
Oh, I can't wait.
Maybe they had multiple. Oh wow, Martin Cove is in the audience of fucking Dynamite. What the hell? So random. Yeah, the death was ruled a presumed assassination, although a Metropolitan Police investigation later found that it was likely an accident. How the fuck? and he's got a Wikipedia page. He was 31 when he died.
I'm apologizing in advance. You may not get a Cliff Notes version of this next week because now I'm really into this one. I don't understand how it's an accident.
There's a lot of random pictures on Wikipedia. It's like,
how did he padlock himself in a?
There's a picture of a guy reenacting it in bathtubs, like multiple people reenacting it in the bathtub. That's so weird. Was he doing a magic trick?
I'm so
Gareth Williams. I can't wait for that next week. Then you can also do a little bit of research on Alan the fucking Dash Hound. I'm calling it Dash Hound because I kind of like that the way that sounds better than Dachshund. Alan the Dash Hound. Poor bastard.
So his name was Gareth Williams. What nickname can I come up with him? Garwill?
G-Dub.
G-Dub it is.
Oh, poor bastard. So maybe this week we can remember to do birthdays and deaths.
I'll start off with birthdays. How about that? Surprisingly, not a lot of birthdays and deaths.
We're February 16th, by the way.
February 16th. So let's see. The Weeknd turned 31 today.
Oh, wow.
Even though we're doing this on a weekday.
I don't get it. Because this will probably be released tomorrow because it seems stupid to release it at like 9 at night.
Yeah, it seems kind of counterproductive for that. Let's see, John McEnroe turned 62 today. How is he only 62? I feel like he would be older. And Gangrel, former WWE wrestler, Gangrel turns 53, born 1969. We did have some deaths today. Or let's see, in 2012, Hall of Famer Gary Carter passed away at the age of 57.
Did he have a brain tumor?
Yes, he did. 11-time All-Star.
They said he had 11-time brain tumors. Like, goddamn, 11 brain tumors? Fuck.
On this date in 2016, I added this one. It was going to be an all sports edition, but I added this one. It's not sports just because I like the guy's name. Boutros Ghali.
Oh, I love that. Isn't it Boutros Ghali? Isn't there a song somebody would sing? Because I know that name from somewhere.
I know it from
some comedian has some stupid song about it. Yes, Boutros. I don't know why I know a song with that fucking name.
So he was an Egyptian politician that was the 6th Secretary General of the UN from 92 to 96. He passed away on this date in 2016 at the age of 93.
Doesn't that seem like a guy from like the 1700s with a fucking weird ass name like that?
100%. Well, he was 93, so he was almost born in the 1700s, basically.
So nothing else, all sports happened on this day? No other good fucking like...
Honestly, no one else that I'd actually ever heard of, not sports related. So 2017...
Oh, that's right. We're only doing births right now. Or births and deaths.
So on this day in 2017, George the Animal Steele died at the age of 79, former professional wrestler. And this was only 2 years ago, but feels like so much longer. On this day in 2020, former 5-time All-Star, 4-time Gold Glove winning shortstop Tony Fernandez passed away at the age of 57.
Forgot about that. That was 2 years ago?
Yeah, it feels like so much longer.
Yeah, wow. Damn. Remember when he hit for the cycle?
I do, actually.
And it would be brought up every goddamn time until Melky did it.
And he only, because he broke his arm in spring training, is the only reason why Derek Jeter became the starting shortstop.
Insane. Fucking insane.
I have a few things that happened on this day that I think you're going to enjoy.
I hope so.
Let's see. We're going to start off a little soft before we get to some things I think you'll be interested in. On this day,
soft right now.
Oh, I'm flaccid. On this day in 1920.
Isn't that the same thing?
Yeah. I just wanted to use a big word.
All right, fine, fair enough.
Samaji Perine.
Oh, no, get out of here. There's no way he did something.
No, definitely not.
I was going to say, goddamn.
In 1923, Howard Carter opened the inner burial chamber of Egyptian pharaoh Tutankhamun's tomb and found the sarcophagus. That's kind of cool.
Did you know why there's not a lot of mummies around?
No.
You know, they actually used to make a color called, I forget what it's called, but they would literally grind up mummies to create a color. And that's why there were like no mummies found.
Wait, what?
I have to fucking find this. Mummy Brown. Like they would literally...
No, I think you're thinking of the show Murphy Brown.
No, they would literally use mummies. It was a religion originally made in the 16th and 17th centuries from white pitch, the ground up remains of ancient Egyptian mummies. Like that's insane.
I never knew that. B, why? I
guess that's how they made the color. Fucking Mummy Brown. That's insane. Like, yeah, why can't we find any mummies? Well, they were all used for color.
That's you just taught
So
me. You just
you were
taught me something
probably
new.
either painting or coloring with fucking mummy remains.
Tutankhamun.
Fucking insane.
That's crazy. That is. I never knew that.
So what about Samaji Perine? What happened?
He should die. On this day in 1959,
Hope
Fidel
he's not
Castro.
listening.
He should be. He's got nothing else doing. Not going to lost the game because you dick fuck. Fidel Castro became the 16th prime minister of Cuba after overthrowing Fulgencio Batista.
Dave's dad?
100%. On this day in 1984, the New Jersey Devils scored their first overtime goal when Jan Ludwig scored.
Borga?
Jan Ludwig Borga. They beat the Hartford Whalers 6-5.
Wow, that's high scoring for the 80s.
So that was 1984.
That was the
On
first year
this
they
day-
moved, I think. I think that was the first year they were in New Jersey.
Yeah, it says it was their first New Jersey Devils' first overtime goal, so it has to be, right?
Probably, right? Unless they went an entire year without going into overtime or winning. Now I have to double check.
Scoring a goal. I'll wait for you to do that before I give you the next one.
What the fuck? You can keep going. I'll find it.
All right, so that was 1984. On this day in 1985, so exactly 1 year later, the New Jersey Devils scored their fastest hat trick in 42 seconds.
By who? Ludwig?
It didn't say who it was, but they scored 3 goals in 42 seconds.
So, well, you find out who did that, because the Devils went 2 years without scoring an overtime goal because they moved to New Jersey in 1982. I feel like I should have
Insane.
remembered that, because that's pathetic that I didn't remember that. But how do your first overtime goal is 2 years after well, I mean, the 82-83 NHL season when they first moved there, they didn't actually finish last in their division. That's pretty good.
Would they
Remember-
finish second to last?
Yeah. Remember when they had names? Adams Division, Patrick Division, the Norris Division, and the Smythe Division. Fucking hockey was weird back then. Are you researching who did the hat trick?
It actually doesn't say. It just says New Jersey Devils scored their fastest hat trick in 42 seconds. That's going to bother me now.
New Jersey Devils, 42-second. Like, how the fuck? What? Well, find the game. Look at the fucking the box score. Looking back at the New Jersey Devils hat tricks against the Rangers, I don't want that. Wait,
We're going for the
hold
next
on.
season.
There's an Jaromir Jagr of the New Jersey Devil makes hat trick history. Oh, he was the oldest player to ever score a hat trick. That's interesting.
Didn't he just turn 50 a couple days ago too?
Probably. Yeah, I don't know why fucking Dylan Larkin is coming up in my fucking results. Get the fuck out of
Okay,
here.
so February 16th,
1984.
1985. It was
Oh, it was
85.
85.
February 16th, 1985. They beat the Maple Leafs 6-3.
Yeah, suck it, Griff. You bastard.
Bastard.
See, this is the tangents we kind of go on. Now we're gonna fucking end up being over.
Oh, so it wasn't a person scoring a hat trick. It was the Devils scored 3 goals in 42 seconds.
Oh,
that's kind
not
of false.
That's
That's
not a
false
hat trick.
advertising.
Yeah, what the fuck?
It was
That's-
Tim Higgins, Yuli Heimer, and Phil Russell.
Yeah, couldn't.
That's a bullshit. That's
Oh,
bullshit. That's
that
not a
wasn't
hat
it.
trick.
No, yeah, I wasn't even
That's
born
bullshit.
yet either. So I don't know who those guys are, but I
Bullshit.
do like Ludwig Borga.
And then
But-
finally, on this day in 1996, Happy Gilmore released.
Oh, did you see the TikTok I tagged you in? Guy ranked Adam Sandler's top 10 movies, and he put Happy Gilmore at 8.
8. I have to
He's-
look at that.
He said he thought it was a little bit overrated, but still should be in the top 10. He put Uncut Gems as like number 1, and like Punch Drunk Love was ahead of Happy Gilmore. I'm sorry.
I could understand Uncut Gems being number 1 because that apparently is like the best Adam Sandler movie like, in a serious role. I could totally understand that. Happy
But,
Gilmore needs to be higher than number 8.
I'm taking Happy Gilmore over every single one of his movies, especially if you put it against Billy Madison. It's not even close to me. Billy Madison's great, not even close to Happy Gilmore. There's nobody even close to Shooter McGavin in any of his movies as the fucking
Shooter.
guy. The best. I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast. You eat
You
pieces
eat
of shit.
pieces of shit for breakfast.
No. Ah, so great.
Which is actually kind of ironic because last week Billy Madison released on that day in 1995.
What a fucking stretch that Adam Sandler went into. I still love 50 First Dates. That's one of my favorite one of his movies.
I love The Wedding Singer too.
He said he had that at number 10. He said, I think he had that as like forgotten about or like what's underrated. I was like, it's one of his like most famous movies.
Big Daddy also really good.
Should not be on the top 10 list. It's not. I don't
Now
think
I feel like we each need to come up with our list of like the top 5 Adam Sandler movies.
I could probably do that. I haven't seen Uncut Gems, but I feel like even if it's great, it's like new Sandler. I'm not putting that ahead of fucking Happy Gilmore. Fucking.
But it's also it's different. You know what I mean? Like those.
Well,
were
that's
comedies.
why
This was
I liked
serious...
Punch Drunk Love. I thought that was a good movie. It's fucking weird. It's like Robin Williams in 1 Hour Photo. It's weird, but it's really good. As you got super close to the camera, you must be very intrigued. Was that it?
That was it.
That about wraps this up. I think we're right at the 1:30 mark, so I think we're good. So, stay tuned next week, and we'll get back to you on GW's death. And hopefully we'll see. We only had like 4 or 5 things. We made it to an hour and a half. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We will see you all next week.
Bye.